This video intends to provide appropriate methods for managing the current administration difficulties faced by the Sisters of Charity Mtendere Mission Hospital. Upon your charity's request, Team Nash has contracted control measures that we believe will be put into practice to resolve the complication faced. The brief overview of purchases cycle is shown in the screen. As advised by the executives of the Sisters of Charity, Team Nash has taken into consideration the budgetary constraints, employee expertise, regional attributes, and inventory security into the proposed manual operating system. From the communication received by your organization, we have analyzed the particular goals that you wish to be achieved. Following, we will use some potential thoughts in order to better explain how the proposed manual operating system could be worked in the hospital.
Because the job shortage has been a major problem in the hospital, so I suggest that we should improve the inventory system to deal with this situation. Firstly, I suggest that hospitals should set a minimum levels of inventory to ensure the normal supply of the drugs. And then we should stockpile some medical which will use in the inventory situation. And then the hospital will use the EOQ system to determine the order quantity, which means we will minimize the sum of ordering, carrying, and stock out cost. And then I suggest that the hospital should establish a mutual aid agreement with other hospitals, which means we will share the drugs in emergency with this hospital. And then we will use the perpetual inventory stock system, which because we rely on the inventory data to determine when we should order the stock. Therefore, this system helps us to provide timely data for us to determine when to order. And then we will establish when the physical stock comes to ensure the recall level to match the actual amount. So do you have any idea?
So my idea is about how to reduce the amount of theft. My fourth suggestion is we can have a transportation sales on the package. Firstly, in order to combat this issue, the hospital could require the supplier to sell the order in a specific manner. Although this control may not reduce the amount of the theft that occurs, but it will inform the hospital as to whether it had occurred. In addition, another measure is to observe if loading had occurred would we get the supplier to measure the weight of the contents before it placed in the transportation process. Upon receiving the package, the hospital could again weigh the contents. My second suggestion is restrict the medical suppliers. The hospital can also restrict the amount of the personnel that have access to the medical supplies cupboard. It is suggested that the individual or individuals know the authorization codes that will be placed in the storeroom. If stock was to be removed for the medical purpose, the personnel should record the type of the drug used, date, and the quantity taken. And so, as that the drug appear but generally don't work, so how to ensure the drugs are effective? Do you have any idea?
Well, that's a real problem for lacking of capital budget. The hospital cannot provide the biometric authentication to identify whether the drug is effective. Thus, actions should be taken to prevent inappropriate order and supplier. Since the mobile phone coverage is excellent and the internet access also slow is available, searching the internet for the up-to-date information of drug is needed and seeking the certificate suppliers are necessary. In addition, there is no doubt that the person who picks up drugs should be trained to have the capacity of guaranteeing the quantity and weight of the ordered drug. After transaction, it is no wonder that establish the purchase system, which applies Excel to manage data about the usage information, will contribute to the following transactions. On the other side, it is also important to ensure the security of packing drugs.